As Doreen once sang, things can only get better. Good morning, folks. Hope you're doing well. This game week has arguably been the worst game week I've ever had on Sorare. And unfortunately, that has also impacted my competition winner, Gergen Preset, who had the opportunity to pick any of my players from my gallery and put a team together. That is the team he put together and put it in the All-Star League. I was pretty confident before the game week started that that would win some sort of reward. And as you can see, it's completely flopped. It was almost doomed from the beginning when Sewell was named on the bench. That was the first game of that side. So unless he was going to come on and score, then it was going to be an uphill task. He did come on at half time, but done nothing. And then to top it all off, Massip yesterday, he wasn't in the team. I believe he was ill. The three other outfield players done nothing of note. So unfortunately, that team has won absolutely fuck all. Gergen, if you are watching, once everyone has had an opportunity to play with my gallery and keep the reward, I will then go through, and then whoever hasn't won a reward by winning one with my gallery, I will send you a consolation prize. I don't know what that's going to be. It'll be a card of some note. But I just want to wait for all the competition to get out of the way, and then I'll see where we are. But rest assured, you will get something. So thanks for entering, pal. I'm just so unfortunate. Like I said, I had high hopes for this team. But that's the beauty of Sorare and the frustration with it. You just never fucking know. The rest of the teams I put together have done poorly. The only thing I've won is a tier 4, which, given the size of my gallery and the quality, I've got to do far better because that is just shit. Quite frankly, I should be winning better rewards, better tiers, and more of them as well. Now, on the bright side, if there is such a thing after an abysmal game week, some of my players have scored really well, players that I haven't obviously put in my teams. There's a few, George Campbell and Coffee Schultz, they've both scored 100. Just scrolling down, a few of them have scored pretty reasonably. My cap 270 rare, which was just put in with no expectations, just for XP, had Pavlenka not conceded in the fucking 98th minute, that team there would have won at least a tier 4, possibly a tier 3, because his score would have gone up to about 90 something. But like I said, I had no expectations of this team, but when you get so close, it gets frustrating. However, take Pavlenka out of that side, those 4 outfield players you could pick up today for probably about 60, 70 quid. So in my opinion, it just goes to show, if you do your research, there is value to be had, especially with these cheap rare cards. I've already mentioned Popovich in a video about 3 months ago. I picked him up for just over a tenner. He's a regular for Circle Bruges. He's a young lad, Serbian. His average is poor, probably mid-30s. However, he's capable, like he was on Saturday or Sunday whenever he played, to post a decent score. So he's ideal for a cap 240 threshold team, in my opinion. Another guy to keep an eye out for is Fabian Nürnberger. I picked him up a few months ago when he played for Nuremberg in the second division. He transferred to Darmstadt in the Bundesliga. They got fucking hammered at home 4-1 to Union Berlin. But as you can see, no goal or assist, but he still posted a 62.6. So given he almost lost 16 points for just goals conceded, that's a very good base score. So I'll be keeping an eye on him, on how well his base scores are throughout the season. Bearing in mind, they're probably going to get relegated from the Bundesliga. They're a poor side, but it'll be interesting to see what this lad does. That is the only team that has won me a reward this game week. Nothing to write home about any of these. To be fair, Zoll scored twice yesterday. He's a decent player for Lask. Just a few more I want to point out. Tim Mellier, I picked him up for 80 quid last week or the week before. Now, in my opinion, Sporting Kansas City, if he's fit, he starts because they're backup keepers. at absolute pants. I think I could do a better job than those two. So providing Melier stays fit and Sporting Kansas City does or don't sign a goalkeeper in the new season, pre-season, whatever you want to call it, in my opinion, Melier will be their number one goalkeeper. He's contracted until the end of 2024. So, like I said, my opinion, 80 quid for a starting goalkeeper, a rare one, is fantastic value for money. However, there is obviously a risk, like there is with any goalkeepers, but especially goalkeepers who are getting old. I think he's 37 now, but as you can see, he played yesterday, kept a clean sheet. An interesting statistic for you, out of all the current MLS goalkeepers that are currently playing in the MLS today, he has saved more penalties than any other MLS goalkeeper. Another player that I picked up for relatively cheap for a rare card is Ashley Westwood, which you can see scored against LAFC on Sunday night. Again, when the MLS is going on, a decent option to have in your threshold team. My under 23s flattered to deceive again. Callum Doyle done posted a great score. Denke scored, but the two Sturm Graz boys let me down. Second Division Europe, Alvarez has kept about 3 clean sheets on the bounce. Very good goalkeeper in the Spanish Second Division. Sally Cass, great player in that division, scores well. But unfortunately, Beniz, he was ill before the game, so didn't play. So that team was fucked again. My Cap 220 got off to a great start. Prevlak, which I've done a video on him or mentioned him in a video a few months back. He could be an absolute steal. Good goal scoring record for Eupen in Belgium. Now gone to Hertha Berlin in German second division. This guy will score goals in that league, in my opinion. He started on the bench since they've signed him. Came on Saturday. Within 10 minutes, he'd already scored and assisted. However, that was the best that this team ever saw because the rest of them done nothing after that. In terms of Prevlak, again, as you know, I like my utility. He does play for Bosnia, or I should say he's in the squad. Doesn't always start, but he's involved in that international side. So again, a little bit more utility. So for me, I don't know what price he is at the moment. I think I picked him up for 30 odd quid, which at that time he hadn't signed for Hertha Berlin. He was a free agent, so it was a bit of a risk where he was going to go. But I'm very, very glad that he went to the German second division because, like I said, in my opinion, he'll score goals for fun in that league. Just want to mention this Tamari fella. I bought him and I bought quite a lot of Leuven players to get a Leuven stack. Unfortunately, when I bought them, the majority of them have all transferred to other teams. This Tamari has gone to Montpellier and he's on fire at the moment. Scored twice last week, won again yesterday. So he could be one to watch out for, a cheap champion Europe striker. And not that I want to bore you with all my teams, but just 2 more to look out for. David Marshall for Hibs. He went off injured at half time with a chest injury. Don't know the extent of it. But Hibs sacked Lee Johnson, their manager, yesterday, which is probably the best thing that their supporters could have hoped for, because in my opinion, he's a fucking useless manager. So they should start improving, but I don't know how long Marshall's out for. And last but not least is this geezer, Philip Mora. I've highlighted him on a few videos. I've stacked up with about 10 limited cards of him so far. He has come back from about 18 months of terrible injuries I think it was a knee injury that's kept him out for that amount of time. He's back now. He started on the bench over the last few weeks. He started on Sunday and he basically scored. They lost 3-2, but I picked him up for like 20 odd quid, which in my opinion, once he's fully fit, he'll be a regular starter for Portland. 25 quid for a striker of that calibre, again, is a quality bit of business. So that's it, guys. Sorry for the rant. I'm just fucking so frustrated, especially because it's, like I said, it's impacted the competition winner. Really sorry he didn't win anything, but like I said, he will get a consolation prize sent to him in a couple of months when all this competition has come to an end. And Only TV is the next winner who will be entering the team for next coming weekend's games. So good luck to him. Thanks for watching, guys. See you soon. And always remember there's a bargain out there. You just got to keep looking. All the best. Cheers.